Okay, for my next project, I have the 1966 John Deere 110 Round Fender lawn tractor that I've been using since I was 12 years old. And this, I've made some modifications on it. But right now what's happening, you can see all that oil that has come out. The axle seals are going bad on both sides. And the other side's not quite as bad, but this side, it just comes right out, drips right out. So what I'm going to do is, I've not done this before, I'm going to use the method I use to sharpen my blades on my mower. This is a little rack that I had added on years ago. I have a front blade for this, and this was something that I could put counterweights on. And also I like it because it gets, when I put my ball hitch on there, my 1 7/8", it gets it out away from the back of the wheels, so I can make some pretty good turns without it hanging up on the wheels if the ball were back here. So what I'm going to do is, right now I'm going to try and see if this will pick this up. I can block it up. I've got to take the wheels off. I've got to take the hubs off. And then I got to try and drop that rear end out of there. It's belt driven. So it's all one unit. You just take the belt off. I don't know how many bolts or what brackets need to come off. But this has been something that's been getting worse over time. And now I'm at a point where my rear end's going to go bad if I don't, because it can't keep oil in it. So yeah, I'm going to try and lift this up and see if I can start taking that rear end out of there. Like I said, I have no idea how to do it. Never done it. Haven't watched a video on it. Sometimes I just like diving into stuff. So here we go. The other thing I did want to mention is those axle seals go on the inside of the rear end. A lot of axle seals, there's a hub on the outside that they go in. But these, from everything I've read and by the size that I ordered, which are the correct ones for this, you actually have to split apart the rear end and pull the axles out from the inside, put your seals in, put your axles back in, put everything back together. That's what I'm led to believe from what I've read. But like I said, I haven't watched a video on how to do this, so I'm just gonna see what happens. So
I can carry this around for you.
Yeah, let me get this. See if I just want to see if it'll lift it. I figured it would. Holds 2,500 pounds, so the winch does. Okay, well, it definitely lifts it. Now I got to figure out how I want to block it up and make it safe so I can start pulling everything off and get the rear end out of it. All right, so I'm going to try setting this on a cinder block and letting it down. That way the wheels and everything, I can start pulling all that stuff up. So I'm going to let her down. I'm going to leave a little bit of tension on here so it doesn't shift around or slide off or anything. It's kind of a safety. And I think those are 9/16, so I'm going to grab my impact, start pulling the tires off. So you can see now, you see how the oil has just come right out of this. Now this hub here does have a seal in it, but after doing some reading and research, this is not an oil seal. This is just like a dust cover seal. It's not made to contain the transaxle oil. So, but I'm gonna get the other tire off, and then there's snap rings inside here. So you gotta take the snap ring out to pull these hubs off. Because like I say, once this is dropped, then you'll have to pull the actual axles out. Once you split it, you'll have to pull the axles out from the inside. So these have to come off so the shafts can go in. So we'll get the other tire. All right, so on this one, take a look at it. You can see it is starting to get damp from the oil in there, but it's nowhere near as bad as the other one. But if I got to split the whole rear end apart, drop it out of there, split it apart, I figured I'm going to do both. So then the next question is, what all do I have to take out in order to get this rear end out? So I'm going to start with the fenders and kind of see what goes after that. Okay, so this bolt here and the one just like it on the other side, I can't get them with my impact, so I might have to breaker bar. See if I can loosen them up that way. I don't know if that'll let it drop down because there's not enough clearance on this bolt head right here to get anything around it other than like an open-end wrench, and I do not want to do that if I can help it, but we'll see what it takes here, because I'm sure that's probably pretty seized in there too. To my knowledge, this has not been taken apart since 1966, so that's 60 years this year, so it might cause some seized bolts. Oh, that's turning off. Yep. Well, that's one way. Of course, it's stuck in there. Yep.
Just goes right off.
Yeah. So, we're definitely going to have to do some extra work here to get these bolts out of there, to get this rear end off. So this is turning into a little bit more of an adventure. Yeah. Oh, good. At least these ones coming out. So these ones were not seized up, which I love, or at least this one isn't. I don't know about the other one. Alright, that's not going to be able to get too much further because it's going to hit right there, so I'll try the other one. Oop. Oh, good. Alright. So, what I'm curious about is what else is holding this rear end on here. So, I think it goes into this whole bracket thing back here. Okay, so after a YouTube search, I have found nothing on how the transmission comes out of this 1966. So I'm on my own to try and figure it out. What I think I need to do, because the transmission either way it's going to drop down, and the way that I've got this on this bracket, that's all connected to the transmission mount. So I'm going to put these straps around this center section so that as I loosen this, if it starts to drop or move around, I know I'm on the right track. So we're going to try doing that. Well, hopefully not. Oh, of course, ground's in the way. All right, see if this works. All right, that worked. Okay. Oh. Sweet. All right, that was way easier than I thought. Way easier.
Just dropped.
So, okay, success. We got to get the drive belt off, and then it should fall the rest of the way out. So yeah, because I had it pulled up by the back of this bracket, it was keeping the whole thing in there. So once I lifted it on the actual body, this just came loose, fell out. So got some work to do though, because like I said, these mount bolts, all four, all the way around, they have twisted off. So I'm gonna have to get those out of there, get some new bolts for it. I don't know if there's nuts. Nope, it's just threaded plate. So shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna see if this bracket comes off now. It's nice, those bolts are not froze up. Ah, this bolt right here. Okay. There we go.
It looks weird.
Yeah. All right. So now I got to unhook that. Unhook that. Well, like I said, I'll take that off. And so what I'm going to do is raise this up a little bit, put the concrete block under here to relieve some of this so I can unhook this stuff. And then we'll raise it back up and it should just stay right there. So take it up.
Camera's about to die.
That's fine. Okay. That should get it so we can release that stuff and then get the transmission out. It's supposed to rain tomorrow morning and maybe on and off through the day. So I want to get the transmission off, get it into the workshop, and then so this probably be a 2 or 3 part or 5 part or whatever. I don't know, I've never done this, so we'll see. But yeah, so we'll pick up from there.